Hello and welcome to another Sister A video. This one is on creating your own wireframes. So we've got our home page finished. Now it's time to do the planning for our child pages. But before we do that, we're going to make a updated and better wireframe, or sometimes you call it a prototype, of what your home page looks like, what it turned out like, minus the background color of the page. You can put all the other colors on, but just not the background color. Hopefully you got the updated education thing. If not, give them a quick email to mockup.com, their email, and ask for the education thing. They're usually pretty quick. Once you've set it up, and you probably should have already done that. This was supposed to be done in week 1. You're going to log in and it will give you this page. Not this page, but it'll bring you here to this. It'll have an example here though. And what this is what you have in your site plan currently. You have set up like this. You're not going to put these sizes. You're going to just put what your home page looks like now. Like mine is finished already and it looks like this. I have text in these boxes. Notice it's separated into boxes just like on the wireframe that's in your site plan now. And you're going to replace that one. Take that page out of your site plan and put this page where that one used to be, along with the 2 child page ones you will make. That's your job this week, is to make your wireframes so you can get started on your 2 child pages. Anyway, it's pretty easy to maneuver. It's got a lot of good tools in here. If you go to the ones that say icons, you'll find this little copyright symbol. I didn't find a whole lot else in the icon part that we need to use. If you need to put your pictures in, just like you did with Glitch, but instead of being called an asset folder, it's called an images folder. And as you can see, I've already imported mine, since I already have gone through and created my 2 child pages here. And this one's very simple. It's a series of, up here you've got stencils, a series of text areas, paragraphs, and headlines. You're going to make them resemble what you have on your page. First, draw a box with a rectangle. I outlined mine in red. I need to see the boxes. You're not to take just a snapshot of your glitch, because I won't see these boxes. You'll put the boxes first and then put the paragraph and headlines inside the boxes and images. Alright, so that's the home page. These are pretty fun. There's so many to use and choose from. I use some of these raised things, let me show you, on my other pages. When you're ready, you create a new page and you give it a new name by right-clicking on it, and you can rename it. My 2 pages were Rivers and About Us. Alright, so here's my Rivers page. I used the same basic left-right that I have on the home page, but I have the text boxes and I have images. You have to put at least 1 or more image on the body of your work. Banner image and logo don't count for that. You still have to have them, but I put a different banner image than I had on my home page. I like doing that. And I put 3 images of the different rivers. Try to pick the image of the river you're talking about. And instead of having it just be a flat, I did a card. They have these nifty cards that have shadow under them for underneath. And on my About Us page, I decided to do a 3-column headline here telling about Meet Your Guides. And then I did the 3 people. Now this had to be made up because it's not over here. But if you do an About Us or a Contact Us page, you have to put more than just email and phone number. You have to put some information on that page as well. It has to have significant textual and visual content and be appealing and balanced. I also put the email, but I put a icon there, and the phone number, I put an icon, and then I put a little bit of financial information, a calendar that would normally be clickable. All these links that are like down here, I did not make them into clickable links because this is just a wireframe to show what the page will ultimately look like when it's finished. But you all start out with a blank slate. And it's real easy once you have your images in here to drag and drop and put it in the approximate location where it goes, to draw a rectangle and color it in that goes underneath it. Started to put buttons here. You can do it any way you want. You can make these little text areas that you can't see, which is probably even better. Drag your banner image over. Put headlines and text boxes. Make sure that I see boxes around all your things to include your images on that, where that section of your page goes. It's a little too wide. But definitely send it to the back so that your image shows in front of it. I didn't lock it in. Let's pretend that I'm going to send this one to the back. Oh, I know what it's doing. It's going behind the page. Because it's got a thing of this. I got to send this to the back. There we go. Then you just size your picture so it fits in there, but you can still see a little bit. Got to unlock it, turn off the aspect ratio, otherwise it'll get too tall. Make it almost the same size, and then lock it. Just a regular box that all of the left side will go in. Make it about the same height so they line up. Something like that. And then you would drag over a paragraph and a headline. If you put the box first, it'll already be in the back, which is what you need it to be. Then you can just change the size over here and center it, and then put a paragraph. I have a paragraph over here. You're not going to keep this Latin junk here. Make sure it's inside. and you're going to replace it with your information, the paragraph that you have on your glitch page. You're going to copy and paste that information here. Make the outline of this a black. The writing is black right now. You can change that. But you could make this have an outline of a color. You can also enable these things and give it some shadow, a drop shadow. Once it's made and it has a border around it, you would see a drop shadow. So anyway, have fun. Do the home page first. Make sure I see the boxes around all the items. And do not put a background color on this on the whole page, but you can color section 2 and section 1. If you did section 1 a color, you must do the color that goes in the nav bar. I'll put up the examples for you to look at, but I think you'll have a lot of fun working with mock-ups. Hang on to it. It's a good program to use for other classes if you have to create a wireframe or prototype. All right, happy working with wireframes.